to be a dad, but I chose to be a father. I chose to be the best father I could be for my daughter, like my father was for me. Now, I was raised in a council house in Whitechapel, lovely part of London. Feel free to go and visit. My dad raised 4 kids on his own. He did a remarkable job. So I know for a fact that men can raise children because I was raised by a man who showed me strength of character to never give up and to always put your children first. So, thank you to my family. So having a father like that, he raises a son like me, so anything I face it, I will overcome it, I will be positive, I won't let it knock me down. Because I'll tell you what, there's many things in life that will knock you down, but you've got to get back up again. Now, I've been in and out this court system for the last 8 years for contact with my daughter. Because contact is allowed, then it's stopped. Sporadic, off, on, mother chooses when she lets me, when she doesn't want to let me. So I said, you know what, I need to take the power out of her hands and ask the courts, please help me. I want to have contact with my daughter where she sees me, where she knows she's going to see me. It's very important for my daughter to have that stability, continuity in her life. And I knew that if I had contact where I picked my daughter from the mother, you know, I run the risk of, you know, unpleasant things said in front of my daughter, etc., etc. So I made sure I had contact where I picked my daughter from school. So I have contact, and I advise all of my friends to try and do this. I have contact where I pick my daughter up from school and then I return her to school 2 days later. That was going smooth for a little while until the mother starts turning up and decided to take my daughter before I got there. And then the school were powerless because they said your order doesn't actually say that she can't stop. She can't basically come to the school. Basically, there's no order that says that she can't come down and take my daughter from the school. So I went back to the courts and I asked my contact order to be enforced. Now I heard what you've said, and I know that they don't really want these orders to be enforced. How many judges want to throw a mum in prison? How many judges want to punish a mum for the mother to say to the child, look what your dad has done to me, he's done this, he's done that. But I tried. So I went to the courts to get my order enforced. And by the way, every time I've gone to court, I've gone on my own because I know this would just be money thrown down the drain, which I could be giving to my daughter. So I refuse to do that. So I go and face these battles on my own in the courts. I spoke to the courts. There was no issues with me, you know, not having my daughter. So I said, you know, why is the mother, you know, turning up for no reason? She didn't have any reason other than because she felt like my daughter didn't want to see me on that day, which doesn't make sense because I've had a great relationship with my daughter for many, many years where my daughter sees me. So I thought that was a bit late for her to play that game. Now, when I asked for my order to be enforced, the judge refused it. And during that time, the mother starts complaining about other things, money, etc. And the judge then couldn't understand how I was a homeowner, but I wasn't working. Now, as an actor, obviously, you're not always working. You might see me in sentence for 6 years, but you might not see me afterwards because it's a difficult business. So the judge couldn't understand how I was a homeowner, but I wasn't working. She then said to me, you must be making money from drugs or crime. This is a judge in a court of law. I said to the judge, hold on, I'm an actor. The Kafka said, oh, I recognize your face. She said, you're from EastEnders. The judge said, well, I don't watch EastEnders. I said to the judge, I'm not here to talk about EastEnders. I'm here about my daughter, and I know now you was against me from the moment I stepped foot into the door because I'm a black man in the court, and you have judged me. She said, I'm not a racist. I said, so what makes you think I'm a drug dealer or a criminal? Why couldn't I have been an actor? So I know we are discriminating as men, but it's worse because when you're discriminating for the colour of your skin, I face racism in many different walks of life, but I didn't expect it like that. And I feel so sad that there's other men who can't say they're an actor, who can't say this. They may be trying to get work because it's difficult, opportunities, etc. And they're being discriminated against. You know, discrimination is one of the worst things that we can face because we are all equal, and I think as men, this system is totally against us, even down to abuse. Let's say I get loads of abuse on my phone. I remember over Christmas, I didn't get to see my daughter for 4 Christmases in a row, so I've got loads of abuse, and I take it to a police officer and I said, look, I'm getting loads of abuse, don't really appreciate it. You know, what can be done about this? He looks at the abuse on my phone that I'm receiving, you're this, you're that, etc., etc., and he says, any robust man should be able to take that level of abuse. I said, hold on. If this was a woman getting all of this abuse, I would be arrested, officer. And that's a fact, because I've been punched in the face by my partner. She's been arrested, and the police told me she's only giving you a little slap. I've been the victim of violence by my partner. I threw a bit of rubbish, I was wrong. She punched me twice and I got arrested for ABH. I was then on the front page of The Sun, EastEnders star beats up lover. It took me 2.5 years to take The Sun, to get The Sun to the court, and I won a record amount of libel damages in 2009. Not all men are wife beaters, bad dads. Not all black guys are drug dealers and criminals. And I would just say, my message to anybody, I thank God for, helping me to give me strength to really fight these battles. Because from July, I never saw my daughter for 7 whole months. The mother said she doesn't want to see him anymore. She's got a new dad, all of that sort of stuff. But I knew this wasn't true. I know my daughter wants to see me. And it's very important to me to show my daughter, no matter what, your dad didn't give up. I went back to the courts, and the judges asked, why doesn't she want it? And I said, it's quite obvious because the mother, is turning her against me. She couldn't understand that. I said, isn't it obvious? I've had a relationship with my daughter for the last 8 years, and now she's saying she doesn't want to see me? The judge then said, we need to have you have a meeting with your child, with CAFCAS, to see what's going on. And even the CAFCAS, who had my back this time, because they changed their whole report after she realised the type of man that I am. She said she fears that if she does that, my daughter could feel like there's something wrong. Why is there somebody here having a meeting with my dad, etc.? So that never happened. The mother never let it happen. So the judge said, okay, we're going to order you to have 2 hours contact a week. So I went from having overnight contact 3 days a week to just 2 hours. So I turned up at the school to pick up my daughter, and every week the mum would take her out early. Every single week this happened from July, September, October, November, all the way up until February, when I finally got to have time with my daughter. I thank the school for really supporting me and helping me, because they know that she was being brainwashed and she was being poisoned. And I really believe that this is a crime. When a child is being poisoned like this is a crime. For a child to have these sort of pressures, this sort of feelings, when the courts know a father's had a relationship with a child for so long, and now they've been told this, they know they've been poisoned, and they let it continue for this long. I was really ashamed of the courts because they really let me down. But my God didn't let me down, and I kept fighting until I said to my friends, if you give me 1 hour of my daughter, I will turn around this 8 months of manipulation. I had 1 hour of my daughter in February, and since then she stayed over every single week, despite the courts only giving me 2 hours. Now I thank God things are turning around for me, things are getting better, but I know it doesn't mean that everything's going to be perfect again. It is going to be tough, it is going to be difficult, but I truly have faith that my daughter will eventually get back to our routine, back to see me more and more and more. And what the most important thing is, she knows that her dad never ever gave up. So on a positive note, I wrote this song because I was going through a very difficult time, and music is a way of expressing how you feel, and it's a great way to get people together, to spread a message. Matt heard the song and he really liked it. I hope you guys like it too. It's called This Is For The Fathers. Are you going through it too? And you, and you. This is for the fathers. This is for the fathers. This is for the fathers, yeah, who look after theirs. We had to do without his mother. Now we put food in the mouth of the proudest father. When he used to shout, he was the loudest father, like, who do I can come on my yard child? I never used to understand, but now I understand. Bringing up 4 youths about a mama around make a man go crazy. And go great, any boy can make it, baby. Took a man to raise me, and he done a great job for us. I was young, I thought our mother never wanted us. When the days are hard, he made us laugh and took all the pain away from us. I praise the Lord for saving us from the lifestyle of the poor and dangerous. We all struggled so hard. We wasn't poor as P, we could afford the double OR. And this is for the fathers who let them out the system and the government. And this is for the fathers, yeah, who look after theirs. This is for the fathers. This is for the fathers. Fight for your sister and your brothers. Any boy can make one. Takes a man to raise one. This is for the fathers. Fight for justice against the mothers of the government. He rising above it. He casts his kids. Man, it's typical. He's a dad, not a criminal. There should be sentencing you for the venue dispute. It's mental abuse when you use a child as a weapon time again. But one day that weapon will backfire again. A baby was born equally. I'm going to court so my daughter can speak to me. This ain't even fair. Some dads ain't even there, and some dads they don't even care. I pray the Lord, baby, please watch over all our babies. Equal rights, tell me why they ain't a law, and why these moms can break a law. This is for the fathers. This is for the fathers. This is for the fathers. Yeah, who look after theirs. This is for the fathers. Fight for your sister and your brothers. Any boy can make one. Takes some hands to raise one. This is for the fathers who feel let up by the system and the governors. This is for the fathers, yeah, who look after theirs. This is for the fathers. Fight for your sister and your brothers. Any boy can make one. Takes a man to raise one. Look at me now, I look like my dad. Look at him now, how he's proud. Like him, I stand up to my responsibilities. These monsters want my head on the guillotine. I'll be the best father I can be, cause the apple don't fall from the tree. I told the man, scatter, don't give up. No land and no river. I started with the man in the mirror. Deep in depression, I see my reflection. Ask myself one easy question. Am I gonna stand up when facing the mercy? I'm not gonna lay down and let this hate throw dirt at me. I'm so resilient. I show diligence like a soldier, I'm militant. Get up, mode, there's no giving it like my dad didn't. That's what I told the mirror then, Father. Thank you, Father. A real mother knows her role to play. A father, what a holy name. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mo. So pleased you came here and shared your experience. It's interesting because you touched on discrimination. My early days as a campaigner was in the anti-apartheid movement. In fact, my first arrest was in a Barclays bank in Canterbury, where some wag decided they would lock us all in, and we all got arrested. But I was the experience of discrimination on gender, on race, colour, creed, is to be opposed at every opportunity. opportunity, and I certainly know of several black fathers that we've helped who've faced additional discrimination from CAF officers, some really horrendous stories. So thank you for that. Thank you for the great song. I'm so proud of you, man. So proud of you. Moving on.